tell me about it, how it is being a single mother. Like, tell me, like, it's like how did you find out? You know, what was the reaction of people that you told? Um,
Well, to make it's a very long story, but I'm gonna try to make it as short as possible.
okay.
Um, I was living in Queens, in New York, and I was supposed to be in school. Me and my cousin decided not to go to school. We decided to go to Jamaica Avenue because my cousin thought she was pregnant. So we went to Jamaica Avenue. We went to a little clinic that gave you free pregnancy tests. And she was like, "Come on, Timmy, she's calling me. I'm scared. I think I'm pregnant." I was like, "All right." She was like, "You gonna take one with me?" I said, "All right." So she took her test. Of course, her test came out negative. I took my test. My test came out positive. And I was like, that's weird because if I wouldn't have took the test with her, I wouldn't have known I was pregnant. So my initial reaction was like, oh my god, what am I going to do? Like then, like I always used to go to Brooklyn and get my hair done. My cousin used to do my hair. She used to be like, oh Demetrius, you gaining some weight. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm not gaining weight. I'm just normal me. She's like, well, you gaining weight. I'm like, no, I'm not. So she was like, well, your breasts are getting bigger. Are you pregnant? I was like, of course I'm not. I wouldn't be pregnant. No. So like 5 months later, excuse me, 5 months later, I told my aunt, I was like, well, auntie, I got something to tell you. And she was like, what you got to tell me? I was like, well, I'm pregnant. She said, you what? She was like, you what? I was like, I'm pregnant. Then she was like, so what are you gonna do? At first, I really didn't know what I was gonna do, but my initial reaction, I have morals. I feel like I don't believe in abortion, and I feel like if you don't have morals, you don't have nothing. So to me, I don't believe in abortions because I feel like every child is here for a reason, but everybody has their own different circumstances. So with me making that decision, my aunt said, "Well, I don't know where you're going, but you're not staying here." So I moved because I felt like, well, if I need to stand for what I believe in, and that's what I believe in. So that's what part of becoming an adult is making adult decisions. So I left. I went to Virginia. So my mother was like, "So what do you want to do?" And I was like, "Well, I'm pretty much." She was like, "Well, I support your decision that you made." Basically, that's what she said. But she was putting up the front, to make me feel like, you know, with no actuality, she probably wanted me to get an abortion too. But I wasn't having it. So that got me here today, living with my grandmother and my son staying with me.
What about the father?
What about the father?
Did you tell him?
Of course he knew. What he was gonna do?
You could have helped out.
He could have, but he didn't. Everything, like boys be like, "Oh, I help you, this, that." When a baby come, it's a different story. Just like when you pregnant and you run your friends, they're like, "Oh, I'm a babysit. Oh, I'm a babysit." There you go, babysit. When you had a baby and you want to go on the weekend, they want to go out too. So when you want to go out, see if they anywhere to be found. No, they're not gonna babysit for you. So girls need to get that out of their head because they feel it's not gonna help them. Like they expect them to help them. They might help them, but they won't help them like that because that's not their child.
Well, I really do want your point of view, like of what the father said and how did he react.
Oh, at first he wanted me to get an abortion,
Mm-hmm.
but then he was like, but he didn't want me to get an abortion because he didn't want the child. He figured that when I found out I was pregnant, I was 15. So he was like, well, you too young, and I don't want you to mess up your life. You got a whole life ahead of you. What about school? What about this? Like he was thinking more of long term. He wasn't thinking, I don't want a kid picked down because this, that, I'm too young, this, that. He was thinking, well, he was like, personally, I would want to keep it, but it's not what I want because it's your body. So he was like, if I were you, I would get an abortion. And I was like, no. Mm-mm.
And what was your reaction when you said that?
Just smart. He was like, well, that's what you choose to do. Hey.
Um, Tell me, you ever been in trouble? Okay.
Have
Alright.
I was a little criminal.
Tell me what brought that out you.
Wow.
I want to know what brought that criminal side out you.
Hmm. Well, this was happening when I was younger. I was 13, 14, which is bad, but I'm glad I got that out of my system before I hit 16, 17. But, pretty much, when you're a teenager, you automatically think anything of authority is against you. So you automatically rebellious. You like, I can't go outside. Come in the house at 6 o'clock, you tripping. That's what I coming out street lights. You crazy. Mm-mm. I don't have it yet. I came in the house when I felt like it. If they tried to lock me in the house, I crawled out the window. That's how it was. I was not staying in the house. You could not sit me down. Like I said, you could not sit me down. So I had to do something. If it was the mall, the movies, shop, Jamaica Avenue, Brooklyn, Harlem, I was somewhere. My mother called me, where you at? Long Island? How you get all the way out there? Who knows? All I needed was $2 in a dream, and I was on the bus. I was on the bus.
Yeah.
I was on the bus.
You ever, well, did you ever do anything criminal like shoplift or, you know, break into an entering?
Breaking and entering.
Yeah.
Shopping.
Yeah.
Me shopping.
I'm asking. I don't know.
Uh-uh.
No.
I'm more of a criminal. Like, I never went to school. It's 160 days out of the school year. I only went to school 60 days out of the school year. That's how bad I was. It was 160 days out of the school year. But like I said,
But hold on, was that printed on a report card or a paper that says you only need to finish school 60 days?
yeah.